Do. Yeah. Evening all. Emergency stream incoming, as they say.
It is, mate.
Results have not gone our way tonight, people. As we've said in breakfast brunch streams, and don't be surprised if teams that are fighting pick up points in games that you wouldn't think they would do. Okay, so as you probably know, West Ham have won tonight. Forest have got a draw, and now Tottenham Hotspur are in that position, of it being a one-game reverse.
It's to hold my pint time, isn't it? It's hold my pint,
mate. It's puppy. If it weren't puppy doo-doo's time, right? It is now. Mm-hmm. Big up, Anthony. By the way, hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see that.
You're all right, mate. You're all right. Big up to you, Anthony.
Yeah, big up, mate.
Yeah, well, I might stick the link in 10, 15 minutes, Anthony. Yeah. I'll see how we go for people, mate. All right. See how we go, because there's a lot of people on streaming tonight. So, yeah. But anyway, Mark, we just called the emergency stream. Yeah, whether you want to call, it is what it is at the end of the day. To me, it is emergency stream time.
Oh, bloody right it is, man.
Forest and West Ham, as I say, have picked up points tonight. They're within a point of us now, the pair of them. Yeah, it is literally a one-game swing now because it's so close. The goal difference don't really come into effect as far as dropping into the bottom three is concerned.
Yeah, I was going to say, mate. Apart from Forest scoring a winner at the Etihad, it couldn't have gone much worse.
No,
could it?
No,
could it?
No.
I'm slowly getting convinced that we're cursed.
You think we're doomed, mate, don't you? You do, don't you? You titled the show.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels that way, mate. Because, all right, I watched the end of the Forest game, and you watched a lot of the West Ham game, and we were both saying to each other, like, the fight that these teams have got, we don't see none of it in ours. We just sort of give up.
I haven't seen the fight, Mark, in the last, not on however far you want to go back, really. No. But I haven't seen the fight that I've seen from Wolves, from Forest in their last couple of games. Yeah, particularly because I've been watching them a bit more, been taking a bit more of an interest. And the Spammers tonight, mate, honestly, you see their fans in that stadium, right? And no one can't tell me that every single one of them don't know that they're pulling us in.
Yeah.
And they're loving it, mate. You can just tell the joy on their face. Yeah. You can see it a mile off.
I'll tell you something else, mate. Forget West Ham and Forest. You get a team like Wolves. They were relegated Christmas time, weren't they?
Yeah, man.
Getting out of it. But the fight that they're showing, you know what I mean? Just for it's pride. There's no way to stay. It's not mathematically impossible yet, but they're not staying up. They were doomed like 10 games into the season, weren't they? When they only had like 2 points. And I think one of them was against us.
There's another barometer of the season.
Yeah. But teams like Wolves, in the last week, they beat Liverpool the other night, and they beat Villa as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Exactly this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many great comments coming on the brunch in the morning, Mark, to be fair.
Yeah. Well,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know you're smashing out brunch, mate.
I got to say, mate, Rudolph, I'm not ignoring your comment. We'll come back to this in a minute. This fella here, mate, he's been in the old comment section. Yeah. We've been having a bit of bants between us. Yeah. He put basically, yeah, he's loving it. We're going down. Da, 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 da. I put, we're massive, mate. It's only come back. Don't make me laugh. He went. I went. I obviously did. Big up to you, MG. Hope you're well, fella. We don't mind a bit of bants, mate.
No,
do you know what I mean? We don't mind a bit of bants. We'll have a bit of a laugh.
Christ,
you know what I mean?
Laughing at.
But listen, we're
to
serious.
Be honest, mate, I'll be honest with you, mate. If we didn't laugh, you'd just cry, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We do. It's a bit difficult, Rudolph. It's a bit difficult, mate, not to worry about what other teams are doing when your own team's doing nothing at the moment. Yeah, you know what I mean? Obviously, you're going to be looking over your shoulder. If you're not, there's something wrong, surely. I agree with you. Let's worry about what we're doing. But because we're not doing what we should be doing, yeah, is the reason we're in the position we are now.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying the players are brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, but they should be doing better than what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Big up to you, Schultz. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah.
Good evening to everyone in the chat, by the way.
This is even more salt in the wounds if that happens.
Yeah, mate. I know. And it is. And at the same time, Schultz, yeah, West Ham get out of it and we go down.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Not only have you got to put up with the Gooners, you've got to put up with the Spammers as well. And again, it's all bants, but it gets boring after about a year and a half, doesn't it, mate? Do you know what I mean?
You mean when we don't come back out the Championship next year?
Well, yeah.
Mid-table in the Championship.
Next time we play Arsenal is 25 years' time in, I don't know, think of a company name, whatever cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second round.
Well, it will be, won't it? Because I'll tell you what, if we do go down in the Championship, there's no guarantee we're getting out of it. That's a tough league, man.
It is really tough.
That is tough.
It's really tough down there.
You only got to look at Leicester. They're down near the bottom somewhere now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a different world down there, Mark. It's a different world down there. Do you know what I mean? It's physical, as you well know. You know, the
games and that all over the show, isn't it?
Well, yeah, 46 games in a season as well. So another 8 games.
Sometimes they play like Monday, Friday or something, you know?
Yeah, they can do.
You know, they don't even play on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, they can do.
The games in the Championship are all over the place.
All over the place, mate. All over the place. 46 of them. There you go.
Well, at least we've got 46 watch-alongs, mate.
Well, you have 46 watch-alongs. The thing is, you know, it's like you say, Mark, there's no guarantee that you come straight back up again.
I don't think this team's capable of coming straight back up, not with all the youngsters and that. You've got to remember, most of the, I'm not saying they ain't got youngsters in their team, but a lot of them Championship teams have got sort of lesser Premier League players, you know, but they're men. You know what I mean? You know, they're experienced professionals. We ain't got none of that in our team.
What I will say is, Stig, what I will say to this comment is, Stig, yeah, and it's late, so I can swear, right? And you know me, Stig, I don't hide my feelings. Yeah, I'm Tottenham through and through, always will be till the day I die. I was from the day I was born, right? And I'll say it as it is, mate, at the end of the day, because, as you know, Stig, this is the Realism channel.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I have to keep bringing my little banner up, but I like it. Do you know what I mean? So I created it myself. You know, it's a big thing for 57
proud moment in the history of the channel, that, mate.
There you go. There you go. See, it'll disappear in a minute, Mark. Watch it disappear. It's all great stuff, and then I'll come back to the Stig. Oh, look at that. Never even touched the screen.
So you didn't even touch the screen? How did you do that?
No, mate, I've got it set for 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I didn't realise you could do that, mate.
Oh, let's see. Does that mean I'm head of technology now, Mark?
It certainly does, mate. It certainly does, mate. I ain't got a clue how to do any of that.
Here we go, Stig. So Stig sees these other teams are organised, have fight, correct, can score goals, correct. We have none of that. It's not looking good. Right, Stig.
No.
What I've got to say, what I'm going to say to you is, Stig, now, and I don't know how old you are, mate. You know, I'm one of the older generation. I remember us going down in 77. I was 9. Yeah. And the impact of it didn't really hit me, until I was probably 12 or 13. And then by then we was, on the road to winning FA Cups and stuff like that. But I read a lot about 77 when I was a kid, like a teenager. And even back then, mate, we was lucky to come back up the first time,
Yeah, we got a draw somewhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got a draw at Southampton or something like that, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And what bothers me is, Stig, is that all those things that you're talking about there, we're wank at. Absolute wank. We've got no fight, right? We don't score enough goals because we don't create enough chances, right? So, no, it's not looking good. But what I will say is, Zig, is that a lot of people say this squad, it tells you that, the players that are playing, and the players that have played over the last 2.5 years or so, have averaged since then 16th in the league, right? You're not 16th twice in a row on average, if you're any good, if your team's got any chemistry. So what I will say is, though, we're at home tomorrow night. For me now, especially after these results tonight, even though it heaps more pressure on the players to a point, they know they can't drop down any further after tomorrow night, but they also know if they get beat, they're in the 1-game zone.
Yeah.
Right. So tomorrow night, from me,
mate.
But what I'm going to say is, Mark, tomorrow night, from me, I want to see everything, and I mean everything, that Wolves, West Ham and Forest are showing currently.
Yeah.
Because if they go out there tomorrow night, and it's not necessarily about getting beat, right? But if they don't show me that they're worthy to wear that shirt, they can all fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
The lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've had 2 derbies to do it in, and in both of them, they shit their pants. Right? No one expected us to beat Arsenal, but we all said, put a performance in, and at least the fans will have something to get behind. Then we move on to Fulham. Well, everyone's pessimistic and thinks we're going to get beat. Yeah, that's because we don't do fuck all.
Yeah, that's true, mate. That is true. Now, we are all on the watch along tomorrow, because I'll be home from work, and I'm certainly not wandering over the pub on a work night to watch it. So
big up, Steve.
If I see us fold like a deck chair tomorrow, I'm going to be absolutely furious. That's all you want to see, mate, is fight and passion. And if I see none of it tomorrow, it's going to cripple me. It's going to absolutely finish me, because someone put something in a WhatsApp group earlier. Was it not so long ago we were in the European Champions League final? Not so long ago we had great managers. Not so long ago we were like second in the league. Not so long ago we were challenging for league titles. In the space of what, 7 years? 8, 9 years, maybe at the most. It's been and gone, mate. And now look where we are, battling relegation.
Yeah.
It's an absolute disgrace, mate. Absolute disgrace. The owners need to go 1,000,000%, because we all know it's their fault. But not just the owners, the recruitment team, or everyone who's in charge of the football side of it.
Mark,
if there is anybody, they all need to go, mate.
I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've heard. Tottenham have announced tonight, yeah, that they're going down the double DOF.
Oh, yeah, you sent me it, mate.
That's what they're doing. Lang ain't going anywhere.
And so they'll have two people.
Not unless they're lying to him to get someone else in to boot him out.
And so basically, mate, they're going to have two people that don't agree arguing with each other.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is. As Danny would say, same shit, different day.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't good enough, mate.
No.
It ain't good enough. By the way, I know we're not calling your names out tonight. A bit of an emergency stream going on here. We're both a bit upset tonight, right? And as you all know, especially when we're upset, we will be on here to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got work in the morning. Yeah, Mark. So he won't be on here late.
Early.
Right? But he's up early in the morning, but he's still on here. I've got hold of him and said, come on, mate, jump on. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? So he don't have to be on here. So hit that like button for us, just for him being here. Appreciate that. Because he didn't have to be, though. He could have said, no, it's not for me, mate. I'm on bed soon. I'm up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fair play to you, Sheriff.
No, that's right, mate. It's right, mate. I'll give it, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then I better sneak off as and never get up in the morning.
Big up to Strictly. Hope you well, mate. Worry for me, fellas. We could be in the bottom three by the time we play Liverpool next.
Yeah.
And we ain't getting out of it then. Can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Listen, as we tell you, this is the Realism channel, right? You can go and find the stream. We told you in December.
You did, mate.
Right? We told you in December that we were in trouble. Yeah? Some people laughed at us. Right? I've followed this club for 53 years. I'm 57. First game, 4 years old. Right? I know how these bastards work. Right? I also know, and I can see when half of these players don't want to be playing football for the club. Sorry if it looks like I'm looking down there. I don't know why, because the camera's there. And the chat's over there. I don't know why I'm looking down there. But there you go. Sorry about that. But yeah, at the end of the day, right, here's what I wanted to ask you, Mark, right, before you jump, right? If Tudor loses tomorrow, and you can answer this in the chat as well, you know what I'm going to say. Thanks, Lise. If Tudor loses tomorrow, do they go and do what they've got to go and do to go and get Super Harry for the rest of the season, mate?
We've already read that in a WhatsApp group, mate.
What?
That was in a WhatsApp group, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I read it in a WhatsApp group that...
I know. I've been asking it for about a week and a half, to be fair.
Yeah.
But as a Spurs fan, what do you want? Because he's obviously here, bought in on the remit of the 12-game stint.
Yeah.
But if you've lost your first 4, Mark, and you've only got 8 to go, right?
That's further done, man.
We could be, if things went tits up, 3 or 4 points, detached.
Yeah. Yeah. Big up, Simon. Yeah, but the thing is, mate, it's like you told me backstage, and I'm stealing what you told me. Right? He was brought into Juventus, managed to turn them around and sort them out.
Yeah.
He's been, I don't know what other clubs he's been to. He's been to a couple other clubs when they're in danger of getting relegated, and he's managed to rumble them out of it. Yeah. Get the players,
Marseille, he didn't. He tried that they brought him in to do the same thing, and he couldn't get them out of it.
But
so that was mate, one foul. But he's had, I think, three positives and 1 negative.
Yeah. Did you see his press conference?
Yes, I did.
He looked like a rabbit in headlights, mate.
He looks lost to me, mate.
Yeah, he was a rabbit in headlights. He looked completely lost. he looked devoid of ideas.
Listen,
To be honest, the bits I saw of it, I think it was, is he Talk Sport or Sky? That Adrian Durham, I think, was asking him
I ain't
questions.
listened to him for years, to be honest with you. He's a
Yeah.
gooner, isn't he? Yeah, go on.
Was he? He was asking him questions, and he was basically agreeing with him. You know, he wasn't like putting forth. He just seemed lost.
Yeah.
I think it soon dawned on him what an absolute shit show he's walked into. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, Mark. I don't think, right, because his remit is what it is at the clubs he goes into, yeah. He goes in with the mindset, and his mindset is, right, and all he's thinking about is, yeah, I need to get these players charged up. However he does that, and like we say about the 2%, the 5%, the 10%, whatever it is, and again, however crap you think they are, right, however good you might think they are, whatever your opinion is of the players on current form, yeah, in 2026 we're bottom. Before tonight, Forest were 14th, yeah, West Ham were 9th.
Yeah. Well, I believe, mate, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, ain't we the only team in every league in Europe that ain't won a game in 2026? I believe that's
That
true.
in Europe, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, but certainly in this country,
I believe I read that.
In the sort of league, you know what I mean? The 92 clubs in the league.
Yeah.
We're the only one who ain't won a game. That tells you loads there by itself. And I agree with this as well. I reckon there'll be fires in there tomorrow night.
Yeah. Listen, you know, we've advocated for weeks now that whoever goes to the stadium, yeah, as I think, and I'm not saying we're the only people, by the way, I think every YouTube channel I listen to always comments, yeah, whoever's at the stadium, yeah, get behind the lads.
Yeah.
And I think I can say that for virtually everyone that I listen to, yeah, that is the resounding, we've got to get behind them. We're the 12th man, all that stuff, yeah. I've got no doubt that every game, because as you know, I don't go regularly, yeah, but I've got no doubt every game they get behind them. But now every game is a cup final.
Yeah. It should have been that as soon. Well, the first one he come in was a cup final, but we just got pulverized. Big up Angus, by the way.
All right, Angus, mate. Big up to everyone in the chat, by the way, in case we don't get to your name. Yeah. Big up to everyone. It's just really worrying, Mark, for me now.
Put it this way, mate. So like I said, I'd have been 7 when we got 6 or 7, 6 probably when we got relegated, 1977. And like I was still a bit young to understand, you know, but like I can remember it, and I can remember the season afterwards because suddenly we started winning a lot of games. You know, like there was Bristol Rovers 9-0 and all that, but I've seen it. You know, even I was a bit young to really appreciate what it was, but this is going to kill me, mate, if we get relegated. I've never, basically, apart from 77, I've always known us in the top division, First Division, Premier League, whatever they want to call it. You know, but in what you said just a minute ago about, like, we warned you in December. Big up.
Big up, everyone. Yeah, sorry to fun. Yeah, go on. I'm just letting Mark talk. Go on, Mark.
What you said earlier that we warned you. You warned them, mate.
Well, the channel warned them.
I was still quite positive. Nah, we're not that bad.
I know, because me and you had conversations about it, mate. And I kept saying to you, didn't I? I kept saying to you, though, mate.
Yeah. No, I'm terrified, mate. I think, what's that thing where what's that thing they call where you get sort of put in a tube and frozen? I think I know
what you mean. Yeah,
I know what I mean.
can't
that
think of the
cryogenic stuff and that cryogenic freezing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If we get relegated, I'm having that. I'm being put in one of them tubes and frozen for the next 25 years. Bring me out of this nonsense when we're like good again.
God, I'll tell you what, it makes you wonder, Mark, doesn't it? At our age, you know.
Bloody
Do you know
right,
what I mean? It does, mate, though, doesn't it? Because, you know, we're getting on for 60. Well, I am anyway, right? And I ain't being funny. You know how life works. You know what I mean? You know, I'm desperate to at least see Tottenham win something in, if you like, convincing style without it being a slugfest, if you like. Do you know what I mean? If you want to call it that. And I just think we're so far off of it, mate. And I'm just so desperate for us to do well again. You know, listen,
we all want that.
LTL's in the chat. Big up, Jose.
Yeah, big up,
by the way. Big up to
Jose.
You. Nige is in the chat, by the way. Big up
big
to
up, Nige.
Listen, all of you lads we talk to regularly, yeah? You know, because you're of a similar age, yeah? Nige is a bit younger, by the way, yeah? But Jose, Mark, me, yeah? There's a couple of others, yeah? We chat. Do you know what I mean? As such, listen, this is painful. Trust me, as painful as it is for you younger fans, and I'm not saying, you know, to your heart it's any less than ours, right? But imagine we see it before. Yeah, we've seen it once as kids. Yeah, and as I say, I read and looked into it a lot more. Yeah, as I got into my teenage years to try and find out what really went on, you know. But luckily enough, we bounced back up and then went on to win the FA Cup twice, the UEFA Cup, and so on. You know, now we've had a Europa League champions, but in a relegation battle the following year. After finishing 17th last year, albeit not in a relegation battle, but a very poor season.
To be honest, mate, the only reason we weren't in a relegation battle last year is that the three teams that went down were absolute dog shit.
Correct.
Weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
They were absolute pants, man. The three teams that went down like last year. You know, and that's why we weren't in it. Because when we started off all right. Did we start off all right last season? We got a few wins anyway. And then it just kept slipping, didn't it?
Yeah.
And when it come near the end of the season, we were like 10 points clear of the relegation.
Yeah, but we just fell like a stone, Mark, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We literally, and that trajectory has just carried on into this season. Yeah. And the negligence, and I'll say it again, the negligence, and I point my finger with fury to you bastards up there, the sabotage from you bastards up there, create this situation and give people like me a near 200 blood pressure.
Yeah.
You wankers.
And after all the promises that was made when the stadium was opened, 2009.
Mark,
you know what I mean? All them promises is like false. Well, none of us believed it in the first place.
It's just the lies.
I certainly didn't.
It's just the lies, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just the constant lies. Mark, will you do me a favour?
Yes, mate.
Before you go, will you just stick the link in the chat? You don't have to pin it. Just stick the link in the chat, or do you want me to do it? You sent it to me, didn't you?
I can. I'm doing it now.
I'll do it. I'll do it. You sent it to me. I can do it.
It's quick for me to do it, mate.
Go on then. If you can stick the link in the chat for us. If anyone wants to jump on and have their say, by all means, we're not going to go for mega ages tonight.
No.
Maybe another half hour or so. That'll be about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, mate, I'll do another 5 minutes or so and feel my eyes going.
Yeah. That's That's all good, Mark. I won't go for long, Mark, to be honest with you, because I'm up in the morning for the brunch. So.
Oh, of course you are. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're up at 4 o'clock for work. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, they're all piling in.
Yeah, let them all pile in, mate. Let them all pile in. Go on, you bring them in, Mark. You bring them in. Big up, Steve. Big up, Steve. Big up, Anthony.
Big up,
Andy.
Yeah, big up, Andy. Let's bring Andy in as well.
Oh, I didn't see him. Coming out, mate. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I'll click him in. There he is. Andy's here as well. Big up to the lads. The usuals are in. How we doing, lads? How we doing?
Well, we're in trouble, aren't we?
Oh, listen, I'll let you three talk. You've heard what us two think. Yeah.
Yeah.
By all means, one at a time, chaps, so we can hear what you're saying. So have your say.
I'll say, basically, does anyone remember yesterday what I was saying about the teams that we're sort of contending the relegation spots for? In their tough games, they look 10 times better than we look in our easy games.
Yes.
So this is why I've been for a while now very, very concerned about our risk of relegation, basically, because I've been seeing this pattern for weeks, if not months, basically, and it's been free fall for longer than I think we've basically been able to notice, because last season papered over the cracks with the Europa League and the fact that the bottom three were just so shambolic, so we didn't really register it. This season we basically sleepwalked right into it, so I'm very concerned now, lads. I don't know about the other guys. You want to go, anyone?
What was it the board did in the summer though, right? They said 17th was unacceptable last season, didn't they? They came out and said we can't accept 17th. That's not where we should be. We're gonna, we want to be fighting on all fronts and stuff. And what's happened? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The usual crap come out of their mouths again. And where are we now? 1 point off relegation. So by the time we play Liverpool, we'll be in that relegation zone. I can see it, because if we don't win tomorrow, I think we're bang in trouble, guys. I think we'll slip into that relegation zone before Liverpool. I really do. I think that's where we are right now, and it's going to be so hard to get out of it. So.
Yeah. Anthony, what are you thinking, by that? Big up, Baz. Hope you're well, mate.
Well, I just think if the thing is, I didn't want Ange to stay as manager. I didn't want him, but if we're going to have the same season as this, we might as well have kept Ange as manager. My mate's a big, he's an Arsenal fan, and he messaged me earlier saying, "I bet you're panicking now," and I just said, "No, not really, because I'm expecting us to go down." But I didn't want to give him any ammunition. But I am really panicking, because I'm like the other guys. I say, if we drop into the bottom three, I don't know how we get out of it. I just don't have any trust in these players. I see bits of the West Ham game tonight and bits of the Forest game, and they've just shown so much fight. And I said this on my first stream. I was on the stream before that. I just look at these players and they just don't have any fighters in them. They don't have the bottle, and these players, a lot of the other teams have experience of relegation battles, and none of our players do. So yeah, I'm really worried. I think we are gone.
Oh.
Did any of you guys see the Wolves Liverpool game last night? It was the most boringest game ever. But when Wolves had to fight and get a goal, they fought and got a goal. And even when it went to like because I think they went. Did they go? Was it what they went running up, didn't they? And the Liverpool equalised straight away.
Yeah.
The fight in that Wolves team, to go that winner in the 90th so late on, and even their manager running down the touchline celebrating with the fans there all together. They picked up 13 points this year. 13 points they picked up, and we picked up 4.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. We are the new Wolves. What Wolves were the first half of the season is what we are now, mate. Literally, yeah. It's brutal.
Well, they know they're gone, don't they? Wolves know they're gone, so they've got nothing to lose, so they're just going for it now.
If Wolves go on a run, they could mathematically overtake us,
Bloody hell.
Don't worry, enough trouble as it is.
Burnley are only 10 points behind us. If they start picking up points and we don't, they can overtake us. So we could be even further down.
Do you remember what Antonio Conte said about not wanting to play under pressure, not wanting to play under stress? We're seeing that right now. The more under pressure we get, the worse we look.
Evening, Buzz. How are you, mate?
Well, I think for the first time this season, I'm genuinely worried that we could actually get relegated. The results tonight have really brought us. I mean, what was it? A few weeks ago, we were 7 or 8 points clear of relegation, and we all sat there and thought, we're going to be all right.
No, Baz, not all of us.
No, not all of us. Okay,
not all
cool.
of us, Baz. No, December, mate. December.
But let's look at the facts. We got to play Forest. We've got to play Palace. We've got to play Wolves. We've got to play Leeds.
Yeah.
And the only team, actually, when you look at it, Forest and us are at, I mean, Forest, I saw that Forest-Liverpool game. I thought Forest were not unlucky. Well, obviously, we know what happened with Liverpool scoring right at the end, but Forest had plenty of chances, and they're creating plenty of chances. We're not even creating plenty of chances. The issue is that we are bottom of the form table. We've scored 5 goals in the last 5 games. I actually think the only hope is actually you can forget West Ham, you can forget Forest. The only actual hope is Leeds United, because I think they've gone too soon, and I think they're the ones that are going to get dragged back into it. But look,
how many points are Leeds on, Baz? Now,
well, they're
mate.
They got 31.
So obviously,
so they're 2 ahead of us.
Yeah.
So they're in it. I think it's Leeds and down. I think it's Leeds and down. I think that's
the thing is, the 4 teams you mentioned that we've got to play, I don't see us beating any of them.
Well, the issue is, obviously, the issue is we've got, and the issue is we've got those 2 games which kind of mean nothing in the Champions League, which we'll probably turn up and play like Real Madrid. That they just need to be not thrown, but that's not the that's not the game. But tomorrow, all Glasgow needs to say to those players is Tottenham. They're nervous, get an early goal, and watch. Well, I say and watch the stadium turn. There doesn't look like there's going to be anyone in the stadium tomorrow. The amount of tickets that are available and general sale and 4 tickets per person and all that. I've never seen that in. Well, I've never seen that in the last 4 years. That's for certain.
No. You remember when our stadium first opened when Potts was there? Tickets were like rock and roll shit.
Yeah, you could have every time. Even I mean, I had a season ticket for 3 years, and I gave it up this season. And towards the back end of the last season, you could get a ticket, but the 2 or 3 seasons before, no chance. With these players, I'm sorry, these players just need they need to put a rocket up their arse tomorrow, and they need to come out fighting. None of this Romero sending a tweet about the board and all of this nonsense. They need to be on that pitch, and they need to realise that if we don't get 3 points tomorrow, then I don't. We're not beating Liverpool. Let's be honest. Let's
Chelsea.
Be serious about that. And Stell said it earlier with Sava. Chelsea, second to last game of the season, could send us down.
Yeah.
That's I don't think it's going. It's not. If it goes to the last day of the season, and we need a win, then we know that's not going to happen.
And let's face it, Chelsea would love that if they sent us down.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, the games that we've got to play. After we come back from the international break, which do players come back fit? That's the other question. We go to Sunderland away. We play Brighton at home, Wolves away, which we haven't beaten Wolves in 3 seasons. We go to Villa away. Then we got Leeds at home, Chelsea away, which we never win at, and then Tottenham at home. So Everton at home. And I just sit there And I'm just looking at it going, I don't see 9 points.
I see 2 points.
Yeah,
2
that
points.
was what I was going to say to you, Barry. How many points do you think Andy thinks that Spurs are going to get? That was my next thing I was going to say. Yeah. You see, how many points you say, Barry?
Well, we need 9.
Yeah,
I think.
correct. Yeah. I said 9 to 12, Barry. To be fair, that was
I think 9 will be enough.
Yeah.
But
okay, so that
I don't think we're getting 9.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see where the next point's coming from.
I don't see where the next goal's coming from. Let alone the next point.
We lose tomorrow, I think we're done.
If
Do you really,
if
Mark?
we don't get anything, if we actually don't beat
It's
Palace,
time for
then we
the rest of the
deserve to go
season.
down.
Honestly, every game I don't see. We could be playing my local team. We could be playing Yeovil Town, and I think we struggle. And they're crap. They're even worse.
I don't think it's done if we don't win tomorrow. But it's going to be bloody hard if we don't win tomorrow.
But can you honestly see where the next win's coming from, or the next point even?
It's because they're not showing us anything, isn't it? At the end of the day, if they was actually showing us something, we might be a bit more hopeful. And I'm sorry to come across negative. You know, it's not negative. It's just because we're this channel. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. I can't. There's no point fluffing it up at the end of the day, is there? There's not, is there? It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a Tottenham fan in this position. I'm sure none of you do.
Honestly, I do not see where the next point is coming from, judging what I've seen the last God knows how many weeks.
Yeah, this is what I've been saying. I've been saying this, I can't even remember since when, but for as long as I can remember now almost. Not that far, but at least since before the Newcastle game, those few games beforehand. I think the last time I saw a bit of fight I can remember was that Man City game, basically. Since then, we've just been in free fall. We're not showing any fight, any desire. It's like these players it's like they've forgotten how to play football. If you see them on that pitch, it's literally like they're a bunch of strangers who haven't even heard of the concept of football. And they're being told to basically just try and do something together. They have no cohesion. They have no idea what they're doing. And they do not look like a team that are made for a relegation scrap. If you look at the teams around us and how they play, they look up for it. No matter the opposition, look at Forest today. They got a point at the Etihad. And, you know, every time I see who else are we in contention with, I think it's they got battered against Liverpool, but there was still some in there. They managed to get 2 goals when they were fighting for it. You know, I don't see us even getting a single goal at Anfield. So where we are compared to these teams around us is very, very concerning for me.
I think if there was another, I think if there was 12 games left, I would bet that Wolves would overtake us if there was 12 games left.
Well, we're doomed then.
I think Wolves have got some good fixtures. They've got if they were a little bit closer, they've got enough. They've got the right fixtures if you wanted to, you know, the great escape. But I just think they'll fall short.
We've got to go to Wolves as well. Don't forget, we've got a game.
We haven't won them in 3 seasons, or we haven't won against them in 3 seasons, home and away.
They'll beat us.
It's getting anything at Wolves, anything at all.
So my next question is, how long do you give Tudor? And do the club make a change, or do they just leave him?
He's got to go tomorrow night, Mark.
Yeah.
If we
We
lose
lose
tomorrow,
tomorrow, I
he's
think
got
he's
to
got
go.
to go.
He's got to go tomorrow night. If we lose. He
Where
can't
are
keep
you
going
at with
on
it,
that.
Baz? Go on, mate.
I don't think it matters who the manager is. We all know that. I don't think. I could see him walking after the Liverpool game. I think he's like you said. I think the realism sat in, and he's realised what an absolute shit show this football club is. I don't think they'll sack him because that'll make him look even more stupid.
Yes,
I could see him walking and going, nah, I've had enough of this. Like, it's not worth the money or whatever they've been promised. But I don't think you know, they waited too long to sack Frank. That he should have gone in at the beginning of January. They waited. They rustled around in Paratici's bin looking for post-it notes for the next manager and found Tudor's name on a screwed up post-it note in the bin.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a clue. I just knowing what this board is like. They're not gonna. They've already been made to look stupid over Frank. They're not going to make themselves look even more stupid over Tudor. I think he's he'll if he's going to stay, he'll stay. But I think it'll be on his terms. I think if we don't get anything, if we lose to Palace, we lose to Liverpool, I could quite easily see him walking. It's just not. It's just not the right. It's just not the right. It wasn't the right appointment. I know everyone look the romanticism around Harry Redknapp and everything else, but come on, look, the guy's nearly 80, and that's that's not going to do anyone any good in that in that lease of life. But you could have got, you could have gone back to a Sherwood or someone like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go. I'm kind of sat here and everyone's sitting there going, oh no, even my wife said, "Oh no, Spurs won't get relegated." I said, "I didn't think that a couple of months ago." Now,
Barry, I thought we was in a big chance of going down, mate. Honestly.
No, I know, but now when you look at it, the only thing again that could potentially save us is goal difference and those goals we scored at the start of the season, because that's probably worth a point. We got 10 goals on Forest. 14 goals on West Ham. I don't think any of the teams, there's going to be a 4-0s, 5-0s, big goal swings in games. So I think that helps us. But yeah, it's proper squeaky bum time now.
Not much.
Yeah, right.
Whose bum ain't going on here now? Come on, seriously.
Mine's going to collapse, mate, so I'm going to sneak off to bed, mate.
All right, mate. No worries. We'll be done soon anyway. Yeah, we're not going for long.
I've got to be up in about 5 hours.
Good night, mate. You take care.
Right.
Cheers,
Big
mate.
up.
Cheers, Mark.
Thank
mate.
you.
See you
Big up,
later.
panel. Big up, chat.
Big up.
I'm out of it.
See you later, Mark. You take care, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, so where do we go from here then, chaps? Where do we go from here?
If he loses tomorrow, I agree with everything Barry's been saying about it. It doesn't matter who the manager is, because we've seen now this relegation form over the span of 2 seasons practically, with 3 different managers now. But I think if he does lose tomorrow, it really, really does set questions in, because if we're just seeing just more and more losses, we can talk about how it doesn't matter who the manager is, and that's absolutely true. But you've got to throw another roll of the dice and try something else, because you can't just keep watching the same things repeat and same patterns of losing and stick with that if you want to stay in the Premier League. It's just down to the wire now. So you have to just try every bloody thing possible. If that means sacking another manager, then sack another manager. If that means playing the kids or a few kids, then play them. You just have to try things different, because if you're seeing the same trend and it looks like we're going down, you just need to do anything you possibly can to change something to get it moving slightly in the other direction, basically. But yeah, I do agree. It don't matter who the manager is.
So I've got to say, lads, I know what Barry said about Harry Redknapp, but I mean, if you really had to throw the dice at something, as a fan, I'm talking about now, you're a fan and you do not want your team to go down. So at any cost, if you could pick one person to come in after Liverpool to try and keep Tottenham up, who would you pick? Realistically, I'm talking about as well.
Yeah.
Don't realistically?
Yeah. My heart says Harry Redknapp would be the guy to come back in, but my head says more like a Tim Sherwood, like what Barry said. Basically, that's my way of thinking about it.
What about both of them?
Both from that would be a shout, maybe.
I don't know about Mason, mate. For me, Not for
the,
me.
enough.
the, the only other option is Sean Dyche. If you're talking about getting out of relegation,
Or Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, that genuinely, that's the table that we're dining at. We need to forget about, you know, your Xabi Alonso's, your Xavis, your all. Do you know what I mean? All these sort of people. There's no one really about. You know, everyone's going to wait until the summer.
Yeah.
You know, I just there isn't anyone. You know, I just kind of looking at the list. There's you know, Gareth Southgate. I mean.
You know what I'll do? You know what I'll do, Baz? You're going to laugh now, right? This is a right stupid take, right? But I would go and get Harry Redknapp, right? And I'd say, Harry, you're coming on a 2-month holiday, mate. We're going to put you up at the Spurs Lodge. Sandra's coming. Jamie's coming. Yeah, because we want Jamie to be around the club because he was a Spurs player. He understands what it meant to play for Spurs. Yeah. Sandra could go round chatting to everyone, making sure it's a lovely atmosphere, keeping everyone happy, and then have a nice assistant, like you say, yeah, a Sherwood, a Defoe, and whoever. My choice would be a Roy Keane. I'd have a Roy Keane in there, right? Just to put Harry's instructions out when he's not about for whatever reason, and I'd have them two, mate. And honestly, if that was my last throw of the dice, I'd have them two in. And if by hook or by crook they kept us up, it'd be worth every penny for me. Not for the reason of Enoch staying, Barry. Yeah. And being in the same position again next year. Right? Probably. Right. But just for the fact I don't want to go down, Baz. I just don't want to go down.
Yeah. The issue. Yeah. The issue is that everyone will sit there and go, "Oh, we'll come straight back up." I don't think we will.
No.
You know, we'll be going. We'll be playing. You've seen what you know. Championship games. You know, two game. You know, a Saturday, a Tuesday, a Sunday, a Tuesday, or a Wednesday, and everything else. And we've seen that these players can't play 2-3 games a week. The other issue we have though is it's Cheltenham next week.
Oh, yeah.
And the other issue is obviously after the Forest game, there's an international break, so the players will bugger off and decide they'll start playing football for a couple of weeks, and then they'll come back and maybe they'll be injured and everything else. So the whole timing of everything, the timing is you know, the timing of everything is just it just doesn't work. So I just don't know. I just don't know what we're going to do. If we don't get a win tomorrow, I genuinely, it's the I think Scott said it earlier, is the Forest game on the 22nd of March. That is the game that is going to decide whether we're going down or not, because that is the true. That's going to be, by that point, you know, everyone would have played everyone else. I wouldn't put it past the way Man City are playing. I wouldn't put it past West Ham taking something off them at the weekend, you know?
Barry, you know how it works when teams are playing, not all the time, but especially when you need them to do you a favour. You know what I mean? The big team as such, the team that's struggling always nicks a point or there's a surprise win. Do you know what I mean? Just like there was tonight.
Yeah. How bad would it be? Arsenal win the league. Yeah. West Ham get out of it, and Chelsea
send us down. Yeah, that's what we said earlier.
It really would be the worst.
It's horrendous, right? I think I'd turn my phone off or change my number or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
And the worst thing would be, Barry, right, that knowing our luck, because we've gone down, Arsenal will do the quad.
No, I don't think they will. I don't even want to think. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? I couldn't deal with them winning 1 trophy, let alone 4. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the Carabao Cup final, let alone the.
But how bad is it now that we're just sitting there? Like even tonight, they were awful again tonight, and they get 3 points. Awful 3 points. Oh,
yeah, man. I know. We've all got a headache. Listen, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to have an early one tonight because I've caught up with a chat. We just come on for an hour to talk about it. I'm glad you lot have come on because I just want to hear from other people all the time. Do you know what I mean? I think it's really important that you all get your views out there. So big thanks to you, Baz. Thanks to Andy. Thanks to Steve for coming on. Who else was on? Sheriff was on, wasn't he, for a bit? Who else was on? Someone else on. Yeah, Anthony. Anthony was on. There you go. Got there in the end. Big up to the chat. Remember, while you're all in here, 9:30 tomorrow morning, the breakfast brunch. We'll see you all then soon. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. See you all soon. Thanks, chaps.
Good night, guys.
Cheers, mate.